Hey, this is Andrew Brown from Exam Pro, and we are going to do the IAM follow along. So let's make our way over to the IAM console. So just go up to services here and type in IAM, and we will get to learning this right away. So here I am on the IAM dashboard, and we have a couple things that AWS wants us to do. It wants us to set MFA on our root account. It also wants us to apply an IAM password policy so that our passwords stay very secure. So let's take what they're saying in consideration and go through this. Now I am logged in as the root user, so we can go ahead and set MFA. So what I want you to do is drop this down as your root user, and we'll go manage MFA. And we will get to this here. So this is just a general disclaimer here to help you get started here. I don't ever want to see this again, so I'm just going to hide it. And we're going to go to MFA here, and we're going to activate MFA. So for MFA, we have a few options available. We have a virtual MFA. This is what you're probably most likely going to use, where you can use a mobile device or computer. Then you can use U2F security key. So this is like a UBI key. And I actually have an UBI key, but we're not going to use it for this, but it's a physical device which holds the credentials, okay? So you can take this key around with you. And then there are other hardware mechanisms, okay? But we're going to stick with virtual MFA here, okay? So we'll hit continue. And what it's going to do is you need to install a compatible app on your mobile phone. So if we take a look here, I bet you Authenticator is one of them, okay? So if you just scroll down here, we have a few different kinds. I'm just looking for the virtual ones. Yeah, so for Android or iPhone, we have Google Authenticator or Authy two-factor authentication. So you're going to have to go install Authenticator on your phone. And then when you are ready to do so, you're going to have to show this QR code. So I'm just going to click that and show this to you here. And then you need to pull out your phone. I know you can't see me doing this, but I'm doing it right now, okay? And I'm not too worried that you're seeing this because I'm going to change this two-factor authentication out here. So if you decide that you want to also add this to your phone, you're not going to get too far. Okay, so I'm just trying to get my Authenticator out here, and I'm going to hit plus in the thing, and I can scan the barcode. Okay, and so I'm just going to put my camera over it here. Okay, great. And so it is saved the secret. All right, and so it's been added to Google Authenticator. Now, now that I have it in my application, I need to enter in two consecutive MFA codes. Okay, so this is a little bit confusing. It took me a while to figure this out the first time I was using AWS. But the idea is that you need to set the first one. So the first one I see is 089265, okay? And so I'm just gonna wait for the next one to expire, okay? So there's a little circle that's going around, and I'm just waiting for that to complete to put in the second one. It just takes a little bit of time here. Still going here. Great, and so I have new numbers. So the new numbers are 369626, okay? So it's not the same number, but it's two consecutive numbers, and we will hit assign MFA. And now MFA has been set on my phone. So now when I go and log in, it's going to ask me to provide additional code, okay? And so now my root account is protected. So we're gonna go back to our dashboard, and we're gonna move on to password policies, okay? So let's take the recommendation down here and manage our password policy, okay? And we are going to set a password policy. So password policy allows us to enforce some rules that we want to have on our users. And so to make passwords a lot stronger, so we can say it should require at least one upper letter, one lower letter, at least one number, a non-alphanumeric character. Enable the password expiration. So after 90 days, they're going to have to change their password. You can have password expiration requires the administrator reset. So you can't just reset it. The admin will do it for you. Allow users to change their own password is something you could set as well. And then you could say prevent password reuse. So for the next 5 passwords, they can't reuse the same one, okay? So, and I would probably put this a big high number so that there's a very high chance they won't use the same one. Okay, so yeah, there we go. We'll just hit save changes. And now we have a password policy in place, okay? And so that's how that will be. So to make it easier for users to log into the IAM console, you can provide a customized sign-in link here. And so here it has the account ID, or I think that's the account ID, but we want something nicer here. So we can change it to whatever we want. So I can call it Deep Space Nine, okay? And so now what we have is, if I spelt that right, I think so, yeah. So now that we have a more convenient link that we can use to log in with, okay? So I'm just gonna copy that for later because we're gonna use it to log in. I mean, obviously you can name it whatever you want. And I believe that these are just like picking like your Yahoo or your Gmail email. They have to be unique, okay? So you're not gonna be able to use Deep Space Nine as long as I have it in use, I believe. But yeah, okay, so maybe we'll move on to actually creating a user here. So here I am under the users tab in IAM, and we already have an existing user that I created for myself when I first set up this account, but we're gonna create a new user so we can learn this process. So we can fill in the name here, Harry Kim, which is the character from Star Trek Voyager. You can create multiple users in one go here, but I'm just gonna make one. Okay, and I'm gonna give him pragmatic access and also access to the console so we can log in. And I'm gonna have it auto-generate a password here so I don't have to worry about it. And you can see that it will require them to reset their password when they first sign in. So going on to permissions, we need to usually put our users within a group. We don't have to, but it's highly recommended. And here I have one called admin for which has administrator access. I'm gonna create a new group here and I'm gonna call it developers, okay? And I'm gonna give them power access, okay? So it's not full access, but it gives them quite a bit of control within the system, okay? And I'm just gonna create that group there. And so now I have a new group and I'm going to add Harry to that group there. And we will proceed to the next step here. So we have tags, I'm gonna ignore that. We're gonna review and we're gonna create Harry Kim, the user, okay? And so what it's done here is it's also created a secret access key and a password, okay? So if Harry wants to have programmatic access, he can use these and we can send an email with this information along to him, okay? And yeah, we'll just close that there, okay? And then we'll just poke around here in Harry Kim for a little bit. So just before we jump into Harry Kim here, you can see that he has never used his access key. The last time his password was used was today, which was set today, and there is no activity, and he does not have MFA. So if we go into Harry Kim, we can look around here and we can see that he has policies applied to him from a group. And you can also individually attach permissions to him. So we have the ability to give him permissions via group, or we can copy permissions from an existing user, or we can attach policies directly to him. So if we wanted to give him S3 full access, we could do so here, okay? And then we can just apply those permissions. So just to wrap up this section, we're just gonna cover rules and policies here. So first we'll go into policies. And here we have a big list of policies here that are managed by AWS. They say they're managed over here, and you can definitely tell because they're camel case, and they also have this nice little orange box, okay? And so these are policies which you cannot edit. They're read-only, but they're a quick and fast way for you to start giving access to your users. So if we were just to take a look at one of them, like the EC2 one, or maybe just read-only access, we can click into them, and we can see kind of the